It's just sitting in those lines, huh?
Yeah, I don't know how lines roll like fucking 5 doors. I told him too though.
He just got coated.
A picture of the thing with the Porsche outlet on the right in front of the bumper. And that Toyota FLA, whatever the fuck it is, that ultra, you know, performance Toyota, that's the same exact shit. Let me see if it's on there.
Fucking spread. And I had just moved it because I was like, well, I'm just gonna crack it loose. I have this thing, but it's not really exactly very well, but I need to move it.
I think your idea, we can just fucking tape that on there. I think your idea of waiting until I have a manifold done.
Yeah, yeah, because we're gonna.
Because that's, you know,
This is a one-time deal, yeah. It's already done. It's already cut it and straightened it out.
Just how you had it the other day, kind of looked like this.
It is. It's kind of like this.
I can just tack it, man.
It's kind of like that. That's why. I mean, and a little slight change will make a big difference. That's why. You definitely could get it with the 2 bends there.
Well, why don't we hang the fucking tie rabbit themselves?
Yeah, that shit starts accumulating too much, bro. Putting shit and wrapping shit up and bulging shit, and then you want to add something, and then you got a 4-pound cyst.
I guarantee you that.
That's what ended up with having with your car.
I guarantee you that most people will not have the patience to cut and splice.
Yeah, but you're building something for the masses.
This is just a demo part.
Well, I'm saying, like, if this thing is just a positive and negative and it's got 3 extra feet, who can't cut here and cut that and put this back onto here with an end? I'm saying, like, the battery section of it. I don't know what else is in there. 5 on there, and then just put an ear on that thing.
See, that's what I thought. I thought we'd just throw un pedazo de metal aquí and go 45 into that, but I guess we can't. I guess we
no.
Go like that.
I mean, you need to go 245s to get it shifted over. I mean, 290s.
I got a piece of 4-inch.
See if you have the 45, because I'd rather go with 2 rubber hoses there.
I got a piece of 4-inch and we can join.
Okay, yeah, well, I figured that whatever the 45 is going to have some extra. 290s to turn there, that brings it up. One like that and one like this. Gets it clocked over to about, say there. Then from there, we need another 90 and that 45 metal to lower it, to bring it back down, to bring it to there, and then put a 45 on here. That's why I wanted to have the filter, because we need to know the length of that filter. I mean, I don't know if you want in the middle of the car, over to one side. If that battery is going to be there, we're going to be forced.
That battery fits perfect right here.
Right, but between that battery and this filter, that's going to predict that whole space right there. So
you have that the car here?
Yeah. Right, the exact piece, because we need to make a box for that on top. So it's just going to keep growing. I like to measure, because I mean, it's going to be pretty compact. There's a lot of pieces to put in there. I thought about that long filter, but now that you say that about the battery, it might not be a long filter. It might be a 6-inch filter. Parts, when you turn the engine, they have to work together.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go for the bigger horsepower, you gotta.
There's gonna be some things that have to be changed as well, accordingly. Like the basic footprint and the layout is there. There's many ways to change and custom tailor to a specific application, like really high horsepower. Or somebody might want to rev the engine more than 9,000 or 10,000 for whatever reasons. That's all doable, but it needs to be thought of right from the scratch of the build, not as you're trying to tune it or, you know, that's too late. What you want to do with this and how you want to do it makes all the difference before you start building these custom kits. This kit will be tunable for all around masses. And if you want to specifically drag race or specifically uphill climb or go drifting, I mean, there's there's a special tune and a little slight change of parts for every build.
Right.
Can't just make a drifter tune now, a quarter-mile setup, or a quarter-mile, you know, the opposite. But if you're building it from scratch like this, you can have the basic footprint, and then you could build it in a way that it can be changed or added on or upgraded, not have to re-engineer the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, the first most function of this car is the cooling. No matter what engine you build, it's going to need the same amount of cooling.
Right. Well, the oil cooler lines, for example, I mean, what
they're ample, but given a leaky battery or some weird situation or a road hazard, like a brick fell off and you ran it over or something, you're risking the engine.
Yeah.
Over a not so expensive part. So for the first stage or the minimum tuner, you don't want to make the guy spend another $500 to $1,500 on what, hoses? It sounds ridiculous, but then think about how much the build is, or how much the engine could be, or how it could chance that. So,
have you seen the kit online that CX Racing sells for the
I've seen it
Turbo,
a couple times.
For the Renesis?
Oh no, not for the Renesis.
Yeah,
no.
it's like $2,500, and it has some cheap Chinese turbo.
Oh,
you know,
that's interesting.
The part, no radiator, but the intercooler, all the hoses. I don't know if it has oil lines or not. I have to look at
what
that.
I find wrong with these kits is if they geared it and drove it around all the factory existing pieces, which were obsoleting, that kind of like, you know, you're making an upgrade kit for a failing unit.
Yeah.
That's what we don't want to do.
Yeah.
We want a proven unit like the REW, you know, and then dress that around and make it work into the car.
Yeah.
Once the car is functional, any engine you put in is going to work. Of course, if it's the better engine, there you are.
Yeah. I would want the fucking stainless.
The thing of it is if you don't have the dynamics of the car working properly, no engine at any power level will be sustained. Let's just put it that way.
He's gonna have a multitude of cooling fans in the engine bay, huh?
Yeah, 4.
2 on the radiator,
2 on that,
condenser.
2 on there. For now, if the location or the conditions required for more cooling, we will go with alcohol methanol injection either into the engine or onto the intercooler.
Right.
To cool the charger. But I mean, again, that would be a racing application, not an everyday driver. I mean, I don't think the everyday driver is so critical of those conditions.
You want to get as close to full race performance as possible without going over the top.
This kit will make 400 horsepower even if you did everything wrong except connect the hoses to the engine.
Okay.
It's not going to be an argument about that. Now from there on up, yeah, as the power comes in, it becomes a different animal. Well, maybe people have numbers in their minds that they haven't driven before, and they're going to be surprised when stage 1, the first stage, you know, the first major change to the car other than rebuilding the same hourglass engine. That's that.
Yeah. What about butting up against the beam right there?
Is this something? That's too bad. This thing's hot as hell right here anyway. There's route wires too.
What about putting it here where it butts up against the top of that?
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm just thinking about that divider shroud.
Oh yeah.
This is putting it right in the middle.
How big is that
Why
battery?
not relocate to the back? This car doesn't have any spaces in the back where a battery would fit good.
Then we gotta make wires.
Yeah, but it's easier to make a wire than to put something in the way here.
What's the width?
The same.
No, the width is the same. The length is reduced.
I'm not worried about the size. No matter what size it is, it's gonna have to be gotten around. But where you plan on putting it,
Right there.
and then just shielding around it.
Yeah, like we can just do a base like an L, boop, boop. With
What I don't like is that all that starts taking away from the air that goes to here.
Yeah, bro, but remember what I said, the inlet, the outlet has to be 16 times greater than the inlet.
Right.
So, you know, we got like this is gonna go open up.
This, by the way, Boris, think about this. You got it coming from the bottom here to the top here, like this. Maybe put it towards the front. Spin it this way, in the front. Yeah. Now you got the curve coming up.
Well, that's
So
what I thought. I thought about. Then that blocked a lot more air.
I like it here, bro. It takes the least amount of space. And you know what?
But not
This
really.
goes like
Listen, this
this.
doesn't really block the radiator because the radiator is gonna have fans blowing it out. It's already going through that, and this is on the top side, so it's not gonna block this either.
What about the water? Listen. Get some plywood and some cardboard. We'll make the sides and we'll fucking hang them. And then we can worry about the top. That's how it's always done on the race car, bro. It's no big deal. And this is the way that you plan on doing it like that is
Well, I'm gonna take it in
simple.
steps. I don't see the whole painting. I only see
I
one
do.
brush stroke at a time.
I see the whole painting. That's one thing that I do see.
it'd be nice if you could pick up some existing screws to mount your.
That's not gonna matter too much because having that fucking wall right there and that lip is perfect. Like this lip right here,
There's a screw
this
right
lip
here.
right here.
There's two
If you just had a box with just that lip on the top with drilled holes, you could just bolt that box up and put screws on the seams and you're done.
There's two screws.
The battery is hung.
There's two screws right here to lay down this.
What I'm thinking of is like the edges of this thing, because when you put this thing in, it's not gonna fit. And then when you cut it here and you put that board in there, then the hole's down here. It's very hard to get a line like this and get both sides. Of course, it's got to be sealed, right? So
You'll see, man. It's not gonna be that hard. Once we get that pressure through the wood.
oh, it's not hard. I'm just trying to visualize it. I don't see shit till they could actually hang on their own.
I really think you should do that.
Yeah, I want it to go there. I just want to see how to get around that.
I mean, what?
You're gonna have to cut a corner out of this thing. You want to go to here?
Yeah, look. It's real simple.
Like I don't want to make the shield
Just like
a round thing. Do you know what I mean?
Two bolts right here. So we come off with an L, a wall like this, bolted onto this. In other words, it's this short, long, short. You know, the width. Of
We need a
battery.
box for this thing.
Put it in there, and then from each edge, we just fucking make a couple of hangers and hang it, and that will hold the battery in place because it will hold it on the side.
I'll explain to you when we start cutting this thing. Because I'm not worried about hanging it.
Okay. What is
I'm
it?
worried about making that shield.
I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah, I know, because you're not making it. I have to.
Easy. You'll see. It's gonna be fucking easy. It's gonna be really fucking easy.
Okay.
What's worrying you right now?
That divider. Because like keep adding shit that we didn't even know there was going to be a battery there until now.
No, that battery takes.
What else? What else is gonna go in there?
That battery takes no space.
Okay.
That battery takes less space than the radiator body.
It's not the amount of space, is the parts. Like, what else is going to go in here? The battery?
That's it.
Anything else? Where's the dryer to this car?
The dryer.
The bottle. the evaporative canister.
Oh, I don't know shit about AC.
Okay, well, whoever plans on driving this hot box, they want AC.
So we're gonna have to get a bottle. All right. So
You listen. You plan on putting a 2 foot by 3 foot board in here across this whole thing diagonally. That's what's bothering me. Because right now there's nothing in the way. When we put this, we put the fans, we put this other condenser, try to connect this line, God knows at what angle. The other line on this side.
it's still gonna leave a hole that wide and that big.
It's not the hole, it's how the edges meet. If this was straight and straight,
You'll
a blind
see.
person could put this on.
Don't worry about that. Leave that up to me. Okay? Don't worry. Leave that up to me. It's gonna be so simple that still can't even baby.
Well, we still need a box for that.
Famous
battery.
last words.
Yeah. We need a
Oh,
box.
I did say that once before, huh?
We need a box for that battery.
Okay. You got a battery. Let's see if commercially they sell a box for that.
They do.
All right.
Like 50 or 80 bucks.
Then let's just order it right now.
Hold that up to the frame wherever you want.
It's generic. Okay. This is far from generic.
I'm just
Well,
fucking
anything
with
for
you.
an RX8 is going to be no good on this car.
I know.
What could you buy for an RX8?
I'm just fucking with you. That's all. I'm
Nothing.
taking it seriously.
There's nothing left.
Yeah, the computer.
Not even.
Yeah.
The harness.
No, the harness works.
No, the harness is the only thing that's RX8. The computer's going to be Adaptronic.
Yeah, but it's plug and play. It's got both. The
Still not a factory RX8.
No, it's got the factory computer plus the electronics.
Piggyback. Oh, okay.
And it's a beautiful system. It's got male and female plugs. Yeah, what you did here, you did solve a lot of problems with this box, the harness.
You know why I worry? Because unlike many people, I care about aesthetics.
I do.
Why? If there's 10 people spending $10, 11 of them are worried before the functionality of the piece, like your famous guy with your high-tech radiator hoses. They're worried more about one piece and where it comes from or what it's used for rather than, you know, if you're making a piece or not.
But you see this, what you're concerned about, I see it. It's easy.
Good. We're going to need to.
It's easy. Leave that.
I like things to look like it came that way.
It's gonna look like $1 million.
Good.
It's actually not gonna be no broken aluminum straight lines. It's gonna have contour lines.
It has to be. That's
Swooping.
From here to here.
Yeah, you need a bigger one for that.
Because see this is 1.5, but from a different brand.
Right.
And their 1 1/4 is really like almost like an inch. There's no way this is gonna slide over here. Yeah, no way. Not even on the tight side. So their 1.5 is gonna be fine. So good. I'm glad I didn't cut anything. I gotta take this away. To shift that over as closely as possible. I have to cut it pretty short on both sides, make it tighter. So I really end up with something like that, which will be followed by another hose.
Do you need a 45 down there?
Yes, they didn't have one where I went today.
Yeah.
Go to the filter. up there. We're looking pretty spiffy. Thing from one post to the other. See, like right here, you can't really put anything. It's. Well, maybe you can. Hold on. Up to this. Then we strip that out, and then we drill the countersunk holes to match it to the block, and then we have the back. So the thing is that we've got to go front to back top and front to back bottom. You can't go top to bottom. Like you can't try to make the pieces like this.
Right.
Like that's what I was thinking, up and down. Yeah. But I think front to back is gonna be right. Something this thick. Countersunk.
I'm gonna make it out of steel. The back one. The front ones, I've got these
just
little
bushings
out of aluminum
right.
that are 3/8 thick.
3/8?
Yeah. Then in the back, I'm gonna make a strip of 3/8
for that
bar.
you just do this with two. Make the two. Oh, because it's front to back and the back is loose.
And then on top of that,
right.
the bolts overlap. So
yeah.
the ones that are gonna go into the block are gonna be countersunk. And then they'll be just
yeah. It's just that this thing has one piece back here, or two separate pieces.
No, one piece right here. Right here. This. Look. If you go like this, a piece like this thick, and make 3/4 inch bushing for here, round in the front separate, loose. In the back, make a plate. Of course, it's cut out here, so it sits good. All the way in, wherever it needs to be.
And then you have your two countersunk holes, and then your threaded holes.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But I want to make it out of steel because the threads on the steel being,
stronger.
You know, so it'll pick up this bolt and
the bottom one.
This bolt at the bottom, and then the two studs will come out.
I think you should use this one and this one, because even if you countersink this one, it's really close to this thread. So just use the bottom two on a long plate, and have it threaded up here. That'll still work.
Whatever it is, I've already looked at it. In fact,
it doesn't pull hard. It's going to be pulling on these two screws.
Exactly.
It's never going to be pulling on the back.
I made a
That's
template.
just to mount it, really, to get the back.
I made a template already. I
Okay.
just haven't gone to make.
Now I was just checking it because this oil line needs to be put behind there, and you can't put it through the anything.
This one here.
No, that one lands perfect. The other one, the one that I brought from the other car. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is, look at the JB Weld mark on this thing on the oil neck, where it looks like somebody drilled it and whatever.
Right.
Factory line. We're doing the factory shit, remember?
No. Let me show you. Or maybe. Do we have it
Modified, if you're going to use that.
Right. But it's still braced to the engine, so once we hold it or put the strut bar and ratchet it on here or something, support it. We'll support the engine and take that off, still machine it.
Right.
He either needs to cut it and cut the motor mounts out.
Wow, tight fit, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Just under the bar.
Yeah. Just enough.
That's the fan that cools the air conditioner.
These are radiator fans. So when you're sitting in traffic, it pulls the air through the radiator, car doesn't overheat.
Okay.
Make sure that this thing is completely above the separation.
Well, it can't be anywhere else because this top plate touches. Remember, we jammed it up to that top plate. So if it's there, you know what I'm saying?
Does it really touch?
Huh?
Does it touch for sure?
Yeah, man. We were on this thing. Like, look, you don't see it? We're on it.
You got an inch.
What's that?
You got an inch.
Does it need to
No, man.
go
look,
below
there's
that
no
little?
inch. This is touching.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I'm saying. We went on it. We got on it. There is no, I mean, it is above that thing though. Which let's check it out.
Sure.
Whoa.
I'd like to put.
We made sure that it was. Hopefully, it still is what I'm saying. We accounted for that. Is what I mean.
Rich, can you take the car out?
Absolutely. Not even tight. size.
See if you well, that
Should be right on. Should be right on.
that was a quick calculation.
What about this end? You need to hold that end on. Wrap it around.
There's a screw. The screw that goes here.
That shit off.
Using that wood, I want to make a slice like this. This side straight,
Closing that
this
off.
side
Can I close
round.
that? Okay.
Close that off.
Uh-huh.
I thought we could go off the radiator,
I'm gonna hang it though.
but nothing to hang it on unless I actually weld a little bung or something. But this has a lip right here, quite high. It's about 1.25 inches.
Yeah.
This much lip.
Right.
So here, we could put some little fucking tabs, aluminum tabs, or if you come up with a better
You just want to
idea,
close that off.
just to close that off and have that come all the way out to
Stick
here,
out.
and
Pick that up there.
to pick
With that thing up there. Alright.
like maybe up to here.
Yeah, you definitely need some tabs or some bungs on the bottom of this here.
Yeah.
3.
You mean here?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not connected to nothing.
I can weld that. It's not connected to
No,
that. That's
no,
not
it's just a protector.
Okay, okay, beautiful.
We put 1, 2, 3, and that'll
And
hold
then-
that
right,
panel.
and then we'll go all the way
Off of
across.
that.
Awesome idea.
Right.
All right, I'll make those today. And then we can come basically seal it off end to end. Use
Yeah, just
that,
section that off
yeah,
to the
use
front
that
bumper.
to finish our ductwork.
Start it. Yeah, get it out to here.
Yeah.
So we can pick it up right there.
Okay.
And the fans are good.
Oh, everything's beautiful, bro. Absolutely
Put
beautiful.
it to the end so that the air in the middle can just go by on its own.
Yeah. That way it'll force all that air to force it.
Go
Can't
through.
bypass
Right.
that
It has to
radius
go through the radiator.
and then come out into our duct. Release this whole duct here for our
Right.
intercooler
Right.
and our AC condenser.
Here. Come on this side. Can't see nothing on that side. You see this half-inch lip right here?
Right.
This one, that's the one that's important. This thing needs to get sawzalled all the way across here along that lip and leave whatever you want there. So you can start from way up here.
Yeah.
That's sealed. And then go to back here. And that's it.
That'll help support it too, right?
Yeah, that'll hold the bumper.
Because if we come straight all the way forward, we can also tie this
Right,
to that
you-
piece
you-
of wood.
This is gonna have screws going up because right now it's nothing. This is all loose. Look.
See, this mesh is not really bent properly, so we can, we can gain some clearance there and there.
Another good idea.
The cameraman did the mesh work. That's
Yes.
Dude, I got that idea. The only part that I'm gonna need all your creativity is on the plywood end side.
That I'll take care of.
Right. That's what I'm saying with this. Look, it's a little bit more work to come to the front, but that thing's got to get chopped off.
Okay, so
This
so
whole
what?
this whole wall right here at the bottom, that's not doing nothing. We need to go take the mesh off. We'll put the mesh back on later properly. Cut this thing straight across. Leave next to nothing off of this lip, just a little hair so it has some strength. And then we rivet that onto that wood or screw it on however you want. But start off.
The advisor is going to want to expect it to do as least as possible. You want, you know,
We can take the mesh off and we can move
Yes,
the radiator
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit forward to give it a little bit more room.
but I love the idea about the 4 bungs.
The next slot, you know, it's got 2 rows. Put it on the first row.
Yep.
more wood I see.
Oh yeah, we got wood.
Always got wood around here. So this is your 10-point
Something like that.
or your Couldn't be better. This might be a little long.
Well, it is. I made it long on purpose. I don't know where you want to grab it.
No, it's beautiful.
It's the width of the wall here.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Tight. And this one out.
Can't ask for nothing better.
And the thing
In
is
fact-
seamed to the front here.
In fact, I mean, let's not do it now, but we'll probably cut it short on this side.
Yeah, that's why as we go, we'll shape it. But I want you to see that it's joining up to this front lip.
Yeah, that's exactly
I
how
cut off the top excess of that. So now we could just
Yeah, now we can
straight
tuck it in
screw,
and
straight
put in
screw it on.
a couple of
Countersunk screws.
excellent. Now you see, it's done with the shape. It sounds so bad, though. Just talk about it. Compare this to what they did.
That's a big
Yeah,
statement.
they
They leaned it back further.
They leaned it back, kind of like an angle of a second
Factory
generation
car.
RX-7, and then they put the intercooler laying down on the floor, like where we're gonna put the condenser.
So check it out.
With a 4-inch core, which, you know, you got to be going 200 miles an hour to get air to go through a 4-inch core. You know? The trick about heat exchangers are thin, lots of surface area, and thin cores, so that you get the air going by quickly. You got to go through a brick wall that thick, the air enters and just can't go anywhere. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Hose there. I just add a hose because I couldn't roll it anyway because it was too tight in the radius.
That's fantastic, boys.
So it'll be better that way.
Like they say, te la comiste. That's awesome.
Now it's got room to exhaust, huh?
Shit, yeah.
Without hitting.
Atlas, when you look at it from here, it got nowhere to go. Straight to the radiator, bam. And of course, once it's attached to the lower lip, it really doesn't have no chance to go anywhere.
Oh, we screwed up, bro. Fuck.
What?
We didn't paint it black.
What? What black?
The wood.
Oh, that's right. We're leaving the wood, don't forget.
That is sweet. That is absolutely beautiful.
We'll make this thing first. The top edge to the bottom edge. And then let everything else hit. And then we'll mark it and see how it can be cut away. If not, like just take that portion of it out.
Exactly.
Worked on one. So they don't know the problems. They just make more shit. Newer parts. Better ingenuity, whatever. How about practicality and functionality? Those are two words that come to my mind when I look at these fucking cars.
You tell anybody to put the intercooler behind the radiator and they'll look at you and they'll tell you that you're just out of the moon.
It's alright. The numbers will speak for themselves, and if not, just a seat of the pants feel is just a hands down notion.
It's all about the...
And now there's a lot more space here. A lot more. I don't even think you need to cut anything there.
That's perfect.
That will escape.
That is absolutely perfect.
It's butted to the top of the frame with that. So there's nowhere else but through that radiator, through that front center channel. I thought about a couple bungs there too, but I don't know about so much space. I'd rather just put a big dab of weather strip from here to there, and when you push it up underneath, they don't rub. And that will just trim a little bit more. I think we could get away with it because there's only, look, ½ inch, not an inch.
That could not come out any better.
We have
Sorry,
to
man.
double check the hood closing. Because the latch is there and it probably has a skin, but we need to double check because that thing is up, man. That thing is pretty up. If it comes to, just cap this thing off here and put a water neck somewhere right here, or even better, out of bottle. I don't know, like if this became a problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna.
No.
If this became a problem,
That's no problem. Put a little
I'd-
elbow and put it right here. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Exactly.
if you're
I
gonna
don't,
do
I
something,
don't want to do that because the whole idea of having the filler up here is to be
be
above
higher than the engine. No,
the
I'm
water
with you.
pump.
I'm with you. I hate moving that point, but I just
You know, that way you get rid of the air separator bottle, you know,
right.
the
If
swirl
you,
can.
anyone
you get rid of
anyone
the-
could fill it up here and it'll be purged. Yeah, so I want that piece so I can start.
That's the beauty about this thing, man.
No, the front of this car, like front
Committee.